Hey guys, this is Pingu with part 0 of the Dwarf Fortress tutorial. If the 0 is throwing you off guard, it's because you want to go to part 1 to start with. This is just for people who have already gone through some of the tutorials and want to embark carefully on their journey. um, so what we did with part -1, we chose a barking location, and we're now at this menu. We can choose to either play now or prepare for the journey carefully. Play now is the default setting, and it will pick dwarfs with basically every skill will have a dwarf that is a novice at it. So if you have one novice woodcutter and one novice miner, and it means that you will not have any trouble getting the right skill because you will have one novice building designer. And if you ever need a building designer, you're fine. But the problem is that it's so generalized that sometimes, like, you don't need a soap maker. Why would you need a soap maker to start out with? Even if you might not want to produce soap, or you might just wait for a migrant to come around who could be a skilled soap maker. So rather than just spend our points making our novice soap maker, we will prepare for our journey carefully. Select this menu. You will see there are 7 peasants here. Lovely 7 starting group. And these guys, you can spend skill points on them. So right now they have 10 available skill points to be spent in each. Your total points are down here. We have 270 to start with. And what you can do is you can go pick a peasant or whatever, pick one of the guys you want, hit the right arrow, and suddenly you're in this skill menu, and say I want him to be a carpenter. So we spend 2 points to make him an adequate carpenter. Fine, by hitting the plus and minus keys respectively to go up and down. But you see how there's a lot of skills here. There are actually 5 pages of skills. There's the soap maker I've been harping on. 5 pages of skills. I mean, a lot of them are useless, like crutch walker. It just specifies how well they walk on crutches if they're ever hurt. So there's a lot to go through to find out what you want and what you don't want. This is why this part -1 tutorial you have 10 minutes or however long this will be on just one screen. So I'll go through spending the points in the peasants. First hit tab. Tab goes to the item screen, so you can see what items you want to embark on with. So you see here, say I don't want 2 woodcutters, only want 1 woodcutter. I hit the minus key, and now I just gained 68 points by not spending on 2 battle axes instead on 1. You might want 2, especially if you want some sort of army to start with, because the battle axes can be used for woodcutting and cutting enemies, but we're in a relatively safe area, so we can just go with 1 until we get on our feet later. Let's just get some more ale and rum, because I will be using the save file for people who are, for the tutorial. So I'm gonna make it so they give them a bit more supplies. I'm getting a male dog, a female dog, a male cat, and a female cat. These icons are kind of silly. It's just a tile set limitation. So even though it looks like amulet and a bag, they're really male is the amulet and bag is the female. I guess it's fitting. But now that I have 1 of each, they will make a lot of little babies. So I'll have a lot of war and hunting dogs, and a lot of cats. Cats are just pets, but you can butcher them for emergency supplies. Also, since we got some more ale, we want some. Let's get some more meat. Let's get some monkey meat, some cave fish, some plump helmets. And by the way, spending on these things here uses up the points. So every item you decide to embark with gives you more or less points that you can use to spend on these dwarfs here. So now we've got a few more supplies, food and drink. We shouldn't have to worry about it, but I'm just doing it in case people do start to starve and whatnot. We can start spending these points. So this is a custom build. You can build whatever you want. I almost always have 2 miners, maybe even 3. In this case, since I'm spending the extra minerals, not minerals, goddamn StarCraft, the extra points to get food, I'm just gonna have just 2 miners, because otherwise a 3rd pick would be expensive. I'm making them competent, so I'm spending 3 points in each of them. So they will mine out faster, they will get more rocks out of every mine. and they'll be generally more useful. We want a mason. He's pretty important. He makes any of the stone stuff. You guys will if you're coming back to this tutorial, will know what a lot of these guys do. But let's make two guys that are he's an adequate woodcutter, and actually let's make him also a fisherman. Adequate fisherman, and we'll give him a herbalist. What's herbalist? There it is. So we'll have one guy that's outside. He'll also have the battle axe because he's the woodcutter. We'll make one guy inside that will use all the stuff that guy makes. So he'll be a adequate carpenter. He will be a novice thresher because that's pretty unimportant, and he will be an adequate fish cleaner, so he can turn those fish into tasty food. Let's go down to the bottom very quickly. This guy on the bottom, he will be a noble. So he will be the guy running the shots. If you don't know about nobles, get him anyway. He helps off. Just make him a novice at Judge of Intent, Appraiser, Organizer, and Record Keeper. This just helps out. Later on, when you do assign nobles, you'll have one guy that suddenly has the ability, and I will also make him a novice. I can't even say the word. That's not necessarily required, but I will also make him the lead doctor until I get some migrants that are better at it, just in case somebody slips and falls and hurts himself. Really, I should spend more points on that, but I might come back to that later. More points on all the medical things. I want him to be also a building designer, which is an architect in game. If it says need architecture, it's actually building designing they need. So he's the noble. He does the stuff as well as just in case he's needed to build a building as architecture. And this last guy that doesn't have any skills yet, we'll make him a farmer. Where's farmer? Grower. Yeah, they changed the names unfortunately a lot. He's gonna be an adequate grower and an adequate brewer. Now, this guy's gonna be important. We'll even give him competent. How about that? We've got these miners up here that just do mining. So what can they do in their downtime? Let's make one of them do some crafting. The other one can do some gem cutting and setting. Ooh, we're almost out of points. We're at 15 points. We've just got this Mason left that doesn't have a whole lot of points spent on him. But Masonry is pretty important. But just in case he's not doing anything, we'll make him adequate grower as well. 4 points, that's enough for one more skill, I believe. So I'm gonna go down to this noble guy and make him a surgeon as well. No, I can't. Sorry, I think you need 5 points for that. So I'm going back to items and let's buy some more ale and rum for our dwarfs. That should be all. We've got everything set. Yeah, it looks fine. You can go completely different setup if you want. I generally prefer this: 2 miners, one guy doing all the harvesting outside, one guy doing all the processing inside, and then your mason, then your noble, and whatever this guy's doing. I forget what he's doing. Oh, he's and grower. You want I think 2 growers. You definitely want a brewer and sometimes even a cook. I didn't get a cook because I'm out of points, but I really should actually. I should. Let's get rid of this fish cleaning. I forgot about cooks. Sorry. And instead of that, he's also gonna be a cook. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just because cooking's kind of important. You need to eat some of the fishes. The fish, I believe. Probably not actually, but whatever. We're done. We spent all our points. Fine. Let's go for it. Let's hit E to embark. You get this little, I don't know, random message. You hit space to pause, and just like that, we are in the main game, and this is leading up to part 1 of the tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, go watch whatever parts you haven't watched yet. I'll try and come out with more if I haven't yet, I'll make that promise.